Be me, Jake, 29, marketing analyst at a mid-sized tech company called Apex Solutions. I've been here 4 years. I do my work, hit my deadlines, don't cause drama. Boring maybe, but it pays the rent, and I actually like most of my co-workers. Then Sarah joined HR. Sarah's 26, came in about 14 months ago as an HR coordinator. Within 6 months, she was promoted to senior HR generalist. Now she's angling for HR manager, and honestly, everyone's noticed the trajectory. Not because she's good at her job, she's objectively terrible. She loses paperwork constantly, forgets to send out benefits enrollment reminders, shows up late to meetings she's supposed to run. But she's always talking about creating safe spaces for women and dismantling microaggressions in the workplace. Look, I'm not against any of that stuff in theory, but Sarah wields it like a weapon. 3 weeks ago, it became my problem. It started with an email. I sent a message to the marketing team. Hey guys, meeting moved to 3 p.m. Standard stuff. 10 minutes later, Sarah Slack DM'd me. Sarah, hey Jake, quick note, guys is gendered language and excludes non-male team members. Maybe try everyone or team next time? I stared at my screen. I'd worked with half these people for years. Nobody had ever cared. But fine, whatever. Me. Got it, thanks. I thought that was the end of it. 2 days later, we're in a brainstorming session for Q4 campaigns. My manager Lisa asks me directly, Jake, what do you think about the email sequence timing? I answer. I'm literally responding to a direct question. After the meeting, Sarah pulls me aside. Hey, I noticed you kinda spoke over Jennifer back there when she was about to contribute. Just something to be aware of. Women's voices get drowned out a lot in these spaces. Jennifer is my friend. We got lunch twice a week. She hadn't been about to say anything. She was literally checking her phone. I was answering Lisa's question, I said. Right, but the way you did it created a dynamic where... Sarah, I really need to get back to work. Her smile went cold. Of course. Just trying to help you grow. The next day, she CC'd Tony, VP of Operations, technically her boss's boss, on an email suggesting I take the company's inclusive communication training. The training is voluntary. She made it sound mandatory. Lisa had to step in and clarify I didn't actually need to do it, but the damage was done. Tony now thought I had some kind of problem. Here's the thing about Sarah. She gets away with everything. 2 months ago, she missed the deadline for submitting open enrollment documents to our benefits provider. People complained. They couldn't access their healthcare selections. It was a genuine screw-up. Tony sent a company-wide email saying there'd been a vendor delay. Sarah faced 0 consequences. Last month, she showed up 45 minutes late to a mandatory harassment prevention training session that she was supposed to facilitate. Tony covered for her, told everyone she was handling a sensitive employee matter. She wasn't. I'd seen her Instagram story from that morning. She was at a spin class. Meanwhile, my friend Rachel, marketing coordinator, been here 5 years, has an actual HR degree and 2 certifications, applied for the senior HR generalist role that Sarah got. Rachel was obviously more qualified. She didn't even get an interview. When she asked Lisa about it, Lisa just said, Tony made the call directly. I don't know what to tell you. We all knew what the call was. We just couldn't say it. I told myself to keep my head down. It wasn't my business Sarah was annoying, but I could deal with annoying. Then came Thursday night. I was in the main conference room, the big one with glass walls right in the center of the office. It was 7:45 p.m. I'd been there since 7, working on Q4 campaign projections. My manager needed them first thing Friday morning, and I'd procrastinated, my own fault. The office was dead. I'd watched people trickle out all evening. Angela from accounting left around 7:15. I saw her wave at the security camera on her way out. The lights were on automatic sensors. I had my laptop, headphones in, Excel spreadsheet open, numbers blurring together. I was alone. Or so I thought. Around 8:10, I heard the main office door open. I glanced up through the glass conference room wall. Sarah walked in. Then Tony, right behind her. I pulled out one earbud. Weird that they were here this late, but whatever. Probably grabbing something from an office. I went back to my spreadsheet. Then I heard footsteps getting closer. I looked up again. They were walking toward the conference room, laughing. Sarah's hand was on Tony's arm. My brain didn't process it fast enough. They walked into the conference room. I was sitting in the corner behind the AV equipment divider, a partial wall where the projector and screen controls are built in. There's a small side table back there that I'd claimed for the night because the main table was covered in someone's leftover presentation materials. The lights were dimmed. I'd been sitting still for almost an hour. They didn't see me. They were 10 feet away, and they didn't see me. Sarah hopped up onto the main conference table. Tony stepped between her legs. They started kissing. I froze. My hands hovered over my keyboard. My heartbeat was suddenly the loudest sound in the universe. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. If I revealed myself now, "Hey guys, sorry, I'm right here," it would be the most humiliating moment of all our lives, and they were between me and the door. The kissing got more aggressive. Sarah made a sound, half laugh, half moan. Tony's hands were in her hair, then sliding down her back. Oh my God, this was happening. I slowly, carefully, pulled my other earbud out. If I was trapped here, I at least needed to hear if they were going to stop. They did not stop. Sarah's blazer hit the floor, then Tony's tie. The table started squeaking. I wanted to die. I wanted to melt into the carpet. I stared at my laptop screen so hard I thought I might burn a hole through it. I didn't dare move. I barely let myself breathe. It went on for 6, maybe 7 minutes. Felt like 6 hours. Finally, the sound stopped. Heavy breathing. The table stopped moving. I heard fabric rustling, zippers, movement. Then Sarah laughed. God, I needed that. Today was so annoying. Tony's voice, a little breathless. The Jake thing. My entire body went rigid. Ugh, yes, Sarah said. Like, I know I'm pushing it with him, but he's so easy to mess with. And honestly, he's the only one who might actually notice I have no idea what I'm doing. She laughed. Like it was funny. I stopped breathing entirely. Tony. You're doing fine. Sarah. Babe, I literally Googled how to file EEOC complaint last week. I've been here over a year. More laughing. But that's the beauty of it. Everyone's too scared to question me. I just say something's a microaggression, and boom, done complaint filed. Person gets paranoid. I look like I'm doing something. There was a pause. Sounds of clothing being adjusted. Tony? What about Rachel? She keeps asking about the manager role. My heart was pounding so hard I thought they'd hear it. Sarah. Rachel's a snake. She thinks she deserves it because she has some certificates or whatever. I'm filing a hostile workplace complaint against her next week. Tony? For what? Sarah. I'll think of something. She gave me a look in the kitchen yesterday. That's enough. A pause. More kissing sounds. Plus, babe, you know I'm way more fun than Rachel. I felt sick. Tony made some kind of agreeable sound. Then, hey, whatever happened with that intern? Jennifer something? Sarah sighed, annoyed. Oh my God, she came to me literally crying about her supervisor, said he yelled at her in front of the whole team, made some comment about her being too emotional for client work. Wanted to file a real complaint? What did you do? Told her to journal her feelings first and we'd circle back. Sarah laughed. Then I deleted the email thread. I'm not dealing with actual HR work. That's not what I'm here for. Silence from Tony. Then, that's kind of messed up, Sarah. Oh, please. You love it. You love that I make you feel like a big, strong man who's mentoring me. Her voice went mocking, high-pitched. Meanwhile, I'm literally just screwing my way to an actual career. This is easier than my sociology thesis. My hands were shaking. I slowly, so slowly, I thought I might pull a muscle, reached into my pocket, Pulled out my iPhone, opened voice memos with my thumb, hit the red record button, placed it face down on the table. They kept talking. Sarah. Oh, and the women's affinity group I started? Literally just so I look good. I don't go to half the meetings. I have Priya send me notes. Tony. You're terrible. Sarah. You knew that when you promoted me. Pause. Hey, real talk. Are we doing this manager thing or not? Because I'm not staying a generalist forever. Tony. I'm working on it. There's some bored hesitation about the timeline. Sarah. Then work faster. I didn't sleep with you for a lateral move. The room went quiet. Tony, carefully. That's not why we're together. Sarah. Sure, babe. Sure. More rustling. They were getting ready to leave. Sarah. Oh, before I forget, did you see Denise's presentation yesterday? The one about Q3 retention? Tony. Yeah. Why? Sarah. She's so frumpy. Like if you're going to present to the executive team, maybe don't look like someone's divorced aunt. She laughed. I swear, half the women here have just given up. Tony didn't respond. Sarah. Anyway, same time next Thursday? Tony. Yeah. I'll text you. Footsteps. The door opened, closed. Silence. I sat there for a full 3 minutes, not moving, making sure they were really gone. Then I grabbed my phone, stopped the recording. 22 minutes. I had 22 minutes of Sarah admitting she was faking her job, manipulating HR complaints, mocking the women she claimed to support, and explicitly saying she was sleeping with Tony for promotions. I opened the recording, skipped ahead, listened to Sarah's voice again. I didn't sleep with you for a lateral move. Then her laugh about Denise being frumpy, the casual cruelty of it, the way she talked about women like they were obstacles or jokes. This wasn't just about me anymore. This was about everyone she'd stepped on while pretending to lift them up. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I packed up my laptop, left the building, sat in my car in the parking lot for 20 minutes, just staring at the recording on my phone. I listened to it twice on the drive home. It was worse the second time. I didn't sleep. I lay in bed, staring at my ceiling, the recording playing on loop in my head. Every excuse I could think of to do nothing. It's not your problem, you'll make it worse. She'll destroy you. Tony will protect her. Nobody will believe you. But then I thought about Jennifer, the intern, crying to Sarah about a real problem, and Sarah deleting the email. I thought about Rachel, who actually earned that promotion, getting passed over so Sarah could screw her way into it. I thought about myself, getting accused of things I didn't do, walking on eggshells, wondering if I'd get fired for using the word guys. By 6 a.m., I'd made my decision. The weekly operations sync was at 10. I showed up early, got coffee, sat in my usual spot. Sarah walked in at 10:07 wearing a blazer and a blouse, hair perfect, carrying her laptop and a notebook. The picture of professionalism. I felt my jaw clench. The meeting was boring. Budget updates, timeline adjustments. Lisa asked me about the campaign projections I'd finished. They're done, I said. Sent them over this morning. Timeline's tight, but doable. That's all I said. Timeline's tight. Sarah leaned forward. Actually, Jake, I think what you mean is you need better time management. Her voice was sweet, condescending. Because what I'm hearing is you want to push work onto other people, specifically the women on this team, instead of taking accountability. The room went silent. Lisa looked uncomfortable. 2 other co-workers glanced at each other. Tony was on the call remotely, his camera on, expression blank. I stared at Sarah. I didn't say anything about anyone else doing work, I said slowly. I said the timeline is tight. Sarah smiled. Your tone says otherwise. And honestly, Jake, this is part of a pattern I've been documenting. You have a habit of dismissing women's contributions and then acting confused when it's pointed out. Normally, this is where I'd apologize, smooth it over. Move on. Not today. I held her gaze. Didn't blink. Didn't say a word. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Sarah's smile faltered. Do you have something to say? Nope. The word landed like a brick. She blinked, straightened in her chair. Okay, well, just something to reflect on. The meeting moved on. But everyone noticed. You could feel it in the room. The shift Jake didn't fold. Afterwards, Sarah cornered me at my desk. Hey! Her voice was sharp now, the professional mask slipping. I need to talk to you about your attitude in there. You were really hostile. I didn't look up from my screen. I didn't say a word. Exactly. Your silence was hostile. She crossed her arms. I'm trying to help you grow here, Jake, but if you keep resisting feedback... Sarah. I finally looked at her. I'm good. Thanks. I put my headphones on. She stood there, staring at me, face flushed. I could see her trying to decide if she wanted to escalate. After 10 long seconds, she walked away. I exhaled. That afternoon, I sent a calendar invite. HR discussion. Jake, Sarah, Tony. I marked it as official. Use the company protocol for employee concern escalation. Tony had to accept. Sarah had to accept. 3 minutes later, Sarah slacked me. Sarah. What's this about? Me. Just some things I need to clarify with HR and leadership. Sarah. You know I'm a HR, right? We can talk alone. Me. I'd prefer Tony there. Policy says I can request that. Long pause. 3 dots appearing and disappearing. Finally, Sarah. Fine. She accepted the meeting. Friday. 2 p.m. Small conference room. I didn't sleep Thursday night either. Tony arrived first, looking annoyed. He had his laptop, coffee, the expression of a man who had better things to do. All right, Jake, what's this about? Sarah walked in. 30 seconds later, notebook. Pen. Her concerned HR professional face fully in place. She sat across from me. Yes, Jake, what's going on? I pulled my phone out, set it on the table between us. I was working late Thursday night, I said. In the main conference room. I thought I was alone. Sarah's face changed instant. The color drained. She knew. Tony frowned. I don't understand. You two came in, I continued, looking at Tony. I was behind the AV divider in the corner. You didn't see me, and I didn't know how to announce myself without making things worse, so I stayed quiet. Tony's frown deepened. What are you... And then you talked, I said. A lot, and I recorded it. Silence. Sarah's hands gripped the edge of the table. Tony looked between us, confused. Recorded what? I unlocked my phone. Opened voice memos. Hit play. Sarah's voice came through the speaker, clear as day. He's the only one who might actually notice I have no idea what I'm doing. Laughter. Babe, I literally Googled how to file EEOC complaint last week. Tony's face went white. I let it play. The part about Rachel, the part about Jennifer's deleted complaint, the part about screwing my way to an actual career. 90 seconds. That's all I played. I stopped it. Sarah was frozen, statue still. Tony was staring at the phone like it was a live grenade. Sarah found her voice first. This is... You recorded us. That's illegal. California's a 2-party consent state. For phone calls, I said. This was in person, in a shared workplace. I looked it up. It's legal. Her eyes went wild. This is edited. This is out of context. I have the full 22 minutes. I looked at her. Want me to play more? She turned to Tony, desperate. Babe, Tony, this is retaliation. He's been harassing me for weeks, and now he's using this recording to... Don't. Tony's voice was quiet. Cold. Sarah blinked. Don't what? Don't call me babe right now. Don't lie. He looked at her like he'd never seen her before. Just don't. Sarah's mouth opened closed. She switched tactics, turned back to me. Okay, look. Yes, we're together. Yes, I said some things I shouldn't have. But Jake, you recording a private sexual encounter is disgusting. You're a creep. This is literally revenge porn. I didn't record the sex, I interrupted. I started recording after, and I'm not sharing it publicly. I brought it to HR and leadership, which is you two, because you've been filing fake complaints, including against me, and you admitted to deleting a real complaint from an intern who needed help. Tony's head snapped toward her. Is that true? Sarah's voice went shrill. I was venting. People vent. You deleted a real complaint, I said. Jennifer came to you crying about her supervisor, and you told her to journal her feelings. Then you deleted the email. That's not venting, Sarah. That's abandoning someone who trusted you. Sarah's face went red. You don't know what you're talking about. It's on the recording. You said you were filing a fake complaint against Rachel. I didn't mean fake, I meant... And you deleted Jennifer's complaint about her supervisor. Silence. Sarah looked at me, eyes blazing. What do you want, Jake? You want me gone? Fine. I'll quit. Just delete that recording. I want you to stop weaponizing HR, I said. I want you to stop targeting people who haven't done anything wrong, and I want people to know that when you talk about unsafe environments, you're the one creating them. Tony stood up. His chair scraped against the floor. Sarah, leave, now. Someone from legal will call you. Her face went pale. You're taking his side? After everything. You lied to me. Tony's voice was shaking. You used me, and you put this company at legal risk. Get out. Get out. She grabbed her notebook. Her hands were trembling. She looked at me one last time. Pure hatred. Then she left. The door clicked shut. Tony sat back down, put his head in his hands. I'm sorry, I said. Don't, he said. Just don't. He left 2 minutes later without another word. I sat alone in the conference room, staring at my phone. It was done. Sarah was gone by Monday. No announcement, her Slack deactivated, desk cleared, just gone. Rachel got the HR manager role by Wednesday. People knew something happened. Rumors flew, embezzlement, fake credentials, an affair. I never confirmed anything. When people asked, I just said, HR handled it. Some people were grateful, mostly women, ironically. They'd known Sarah was toxic, but couldn't say it. Others were uncomfortable. One coworker said, I'm glad she's gone, but recording people, that's still weird, Jake. Maybe it was. Tony got quietly reassigned to a different division within a month. Not fired, just moved. We never spoke again. Rachel thanked me privately. I knew something was off, she said. She kept filing complaints about me for nothing. I thought I was losing my mind. You weren't, I said. She nodded. Then, still, recording people having sex, even just the after part, it's messy. I know. 2 months later, the new HR director, older woman, actual experience, pulled me aside in the break room. I reviewed the old files, she said. Found a lot of inconsistencies. Thank you for speaking up. I nodded. For what it's worth, she added, you did the right thing, even if it doesn't feel clean. It didn't. But Sarah was gone. The fake complaints stopped. The office was less tense. No LinkedIn manifesto. No public meltdown. She just disappeared. Someone heard she moved. Someone else heard grad school. I didn't look her up. I also stopped and tried evaluating this whole situation again. It's crazy the leverage some women can have. You can sleep your way to the top of things and bend over backwards to get what you want. Literally. But then again, what kind of life is that? I'm still here. Still doing my work. Quiet, vindicated maybe, but not celebrated. And honestly, I'm fine with that.